There have been so many like young people outside in the park today making a lot of noise. My neighbor, she was yelling at them. My neighbor was yelling at them. A lot of young people outside, like school classes. My neighbor likes to yell at them. She knows. She learns from the IDF. I guess she goes for the top. She's like all these like classes, like these kids outside making a ruckus. She just starts yelling at the teachers and making them wish they were never born. I feel a little bad for them. I do appreciate the quiet though. Anyways, all right. Anyways, here we go. Right there, we Avos Yisrael Achdus. Okay. We're going to start on Daf Kuf Yudalid Amud Aleph. Where are we? Gewaltig. So today we're going to start study Daf Kuf Yudalid of Masechta BavaBasra, and Daf Kuf Yudalid talks about the following. Itmar, it was stated, Kinyan ad Emosai Choser. Oh, okay. So I think this is probably pretty complicated. I don't know. But a kinyan, if a person makes a kinyan, so the art school is pretty convinced that we're talking about a kinyan chalifin over here. I didn't see the Ashbam say anything about that, but I'll upon him. All right. So if a person makes a kinyan chalifin, okay, makes a kinyan chalifin, like a kinyan chalifin to like make something official. So then at what until when can he revoit? Can he undo it? So Idmar kinyan, when it comes to making a kinyan out of emosei choser, what is there some kind of like a window where you can revert? So Rabba Amar Kozman Yoshvin. So Rabba says sure, as long as they're all still sitting there, so then you can revert. Rav Yosef Amar, no, sitting there is too big of a window. Kozman Oskin Bosu Inyan, as long as they're still talking about the same Inyan, still talking about the same detail, the same topic. So once they move on to a different topic, so then you can't revert anymore. Rav Yosef says, Rav Yosef Kavasi Didi Mistav, and Ataka makes sense, like Midam Rav Yehuda said that Rav Yehuda had said at the end of the daf yesterday. So if 3 people went to visit a person who was unwell, he was a shchivmira, he was on his deathbed, and he starts talking about his tzavaya, his will, who should get what. So Ratzu Kosvin, Ratzu Osindin. So he said if they want to, they can make a document about what he's saying, or they can just make a bezdin right then and there, and they can even execute the will right then and there. Now, but one second, if we're saying that as long as they're all together, he can always change his mind, well then shouldn't we be, so why are we saying that they can start executing the will right away? What if he changes his mind while they're still there? So Ravashi, Amrisa, so therefore Rav Yosef saying it must be like him, that it's as long as they're still on the same topic. Amr Ravashi, Amrisa L'shmai Tekamidu of Kana, says Ravashi that I said this before of Kana, the Rav Yosef Minicha, and he asked, but is it really any better off for Rav Yosef? He should also be concerned that if they execute the will while they're still talking about the topic, maybe he'll change his mind. So what do you have to say? It must be that they're only going to execute it once they've already moved on, according to Rav Yosef, to a different topic. So that it's talking about that they only executed the will once they already got up and they were no longer sitting there together. But nonetheless, the halachas of Yosef besode inyan v'mechza. When it comes to the halachas of basically when it comes to 3 topics. So usually we paskin like Rabbah. When it comes to 3 things, we paskin like Rav Yosef. Besode, that had to do with I think like accessing a field for like brothers who divided up inheritance. Inyan and this, right, regarding still being able to be choser while they're on the same inyan. Umechza, as well as mechza, which comes up in like another 30 daf or so. Okay? That if he says that my property is to you and to your son, so then the wife gets half and then all the kids kind of split the other half. In those 3 areas, we pass them like Rav Yosef. Okay, so we said that a a mother bequeaths to her children, but does not inherit her children. So, Frekti Gemara, Hasu Lamali, why do we need this? Satana L'Reisha, Ha'ishas Imo, Ve'ishas Ishto. Right, if you look in the Mishnah right before, so let's read the Mishnah. Let's read the Mishnah. What does the Mishnah say? So, Ha'ish es imo, right, a son vis-a-vis his mother, Ve'ish es ishto, a husband vis-a-vis his wife, Uvnei achayos, and the nephews, Nochalim v'lo manchilin. In all these examples, so Ha'ish es imo, for example, a son and a mother. So Nochalin, a son inherits his mother, Ve'ein manchilin, but does not bequeath to his mother. So if the son inherits his mother, but does not bequeath to her, so then the inverse is also true. That the mother bequeaths, but does not inherit. So once we already said that, why does the Mishnah need to continue to say, Aisha es banea, ve'aisha es baila, ve'achia eim, manchilin v'lo nochalin, that they bequeath, but do not inherit. I mean, we knew that from the previous part. It's just the inverse. So why do we need that? So Kamashman is teaching us, the isha as bina dumya, the isha as baila. That we're saying that a woman bequeathing to her son is similar to a woman bequeathing to her husband. Ma isha as baila, ena bal yoresh es ishto, bakever. So we had said yesterday that when it comes to husband and wife, that husband is not yoresh biroi kibemuchsak. He only inherits that which she had at the time of her death, not which was, potentially going to come in the future. So if isha is boneo, so meaning, right? So again, in about yoresh is bakever, meaning once she's already dead, he can't inherit sort of like her father, right? I mean, once she's already in the grave, once she's already dead, so then he can't inherit her anymore, i.e. if her father dies, he doesn't inherit what she stood to inherit. Afisha is bina, also a woman to her son, in a ben yorish asimo bakever lahanchil laachin min ha'av. So also Afisha is bina, so ena ben yorish asimo, a son does not inherit his mother bakever lahanchil le'achin bidyuk lanchil le'achin min ha'av. Yeah, exactly. Normally we would say that. So, for example, if somebody dies, and they don't have any children, they don't have any parents, but they have brothers. So the brothers would inherit, would stand to inherit. These are brothers from the same father. Not brothers from the same mother, brothers from the same father. So what we're saying is that if a woman dies and she has a son, but the son is also dead, so the son is not going to inherit the mother, but he has brothers from the same father, but not from the same mother. So these brothers are not her children. So we're saying, even though if the son was alive, the son would inherit his mother, and then when he dies, his brothers would inherit him. But right now the son is dead, so we don't say that his brothers from the same father who are not her children, they do not. We say that they do not inherit her, right? So therefore, so let's read it again. Okay, the isha has been doing the isha as pilot that we use a similar sort of structure when it comes to a woman and her son, like a woman and her husband, which is Maisha as baila, just when a woman bequeaths to her husband. Eina bal yoresh esisto bakever, he does not inherit her once she's already dead. When he dies, he inherits what she has at that point. If then her father dies and the inheritance would have gone to her, he doesn't get that. The husband does not get that, right? Like we learned yesterday, he's not yoresh b'roi kibemuchsa once she's in her grave. So Afisha is bina. So also there's sort of this kind of aspect also with a woman bequeathing to her son. In a ben yorish as imo bakever, if the son is dead, he does not inherit his mother. La'anchil la'achim min ha'av. Meaning if he's dead, the inheritance would not go to his brothers from a different father who are not the children of the mother who died. It's kind of technical, I guess. Rabbi Yochanan says, Rabbi Yochanan Mishum Rabbi Yehuda Reb Shimon. Oh, says Rabbi Yochanan, the name of Rabbi Yehuda Reb Shimon. Dvar Torah, ha'av yoresh es bino, that mida oraisa, a father inherits his son. Okay, yoresh es bino, inherits his son. Ve'isha yoresh es bino, and also a mother inherits her son as well. Do you hear that? That's a big chiddush, right? Because we were just saying that a son inherits his mother but does not bequeath to her. Yet over here, again, Amar Rabbi Yochanan Mishum Yehuda Reb Shimon, Dvar Torah Av Yoresh Es Beno, that if a son dies, so his father inherits him. Visha Yoresh Es Beno, and I guess if the father is also dead, so then the mother would inherit the son, i.e., he would bequeath to her. Shenemar Zbazaz Matos. In the context of inheritance, matos. Tribes. Makish mata evim mata av. We compare the tribe of the mother to the tribe of the father. Right? The mother's side to the father, right? The mother and the father. Mata of yoresh es beno. Just like by the father inherits his son if the son dies. So av mata misha yoresh es beno. So also if the son dies and there's no father, so then the mother would inherit the son. So this is unlike what we're saying in our Mishnah. Our Mishnah says that the mother does not inherit the son. The son does not bequeath to the mother. Yet over here we're saying that just like the son bequeaths to the father, the son bequeaths to the mother as well. Eis Rabbi Yochanan, Yehuda Reb Shimon. But now Rabbi Yochanan asked Rabbi Yehuda Reb Shimon, Ha'isha es beno, ve'isha es bailo, ve'achaim, manchilin v'lo nochalin. But one second. A mother was one of the three listed in the Mishnah that bequeaths but does not inherit. So how could we say that the mother inherits her son? So Omar Lei, so Yehuda Reb Shimon says, Mishnasenu, Eini Yodea. Says, look, I'm not aware of this Mishnah. Eini Yodea Mishana. I don't know who taught this Mishnah to say that the mother does not inherit her son. Why don't we say, why doesn't he say that our Mishnah is Reb Zechariah ben Akatzav delo darish matos, right? Reb Zechariah ben Akatzav doesn't darish matos, right? Meaning he says that when it comes to inheriting, right, children inheriting their mother, Reb Zechariah ben Akatzav said that the boy and the girl would split it evenly because he doesn't learn matos to compare it to the inheriting the father, right? By the father, the son takes precedence. If you say matos, so then by the mother also the son would take precedence. But he doesn't say that. He says the son and the daughter are equal when they inherit their mother. So therefore, let's say that our Mishnah, which says that a son bequeaths to his father but not to his mother, is like Reb Zechariah ben Akatzav, who does not learn out matos. So lo misuk masizik Reb Zechariah ben Akatzav. You can't say that our Mishnah is like Reb Zechariah ben Akatzav dikatoni, because it says uvnei achayos, because it talks about a nephews and an uncle. V'tana bnei achos v'lo bnos achos v'aminin l'mayilchsov v'amivsheshes l'kadim. And we said that when it comes to bequeathing, right, the relationship between the uncle and the nephews was that it goes to the nephews, not to the nieces. In terms of if there's nephews and nieces, so the nephews take precedence. So we see that apparently the Mishnah does hold of matos to compare the uncle-nephew situation to the father-son situation. So it seems that we do hold of matos. Visagadati, and if that is your mind, Masnizin Reb Zechariah ben Akatzav, and if you say that the Mishnah is Reb Zechariah ben Akatzav who doesn't learn out matos, so Omer Achia ben, what? I'm sorry. Ha'amar Reb Zechariah ben Akatzav says Echad haben ve'echad habas shavin b'nechsei ha'em. That he would say that I think it's talking about I think it's saying that he would say that when it comes to the inheritance of the mother that is basically passed down to the children, i.e. the nephews and nieces and uncle, he would say that that they should split it. So therefore, the Mishnah cannot be Reb Zchai ben Akatzov. But now I don't understand our Mishnah, because idarish matos. If we learn matos to compare, the father to the mother, and apply that to kind of all of these cases, right? The inheriting your father, inheriting your mother and your uncle, all these cases to be compared. So then isha nami tirish es beno. Well, if that's the case, if we learn on matos, well then we should say that a mother should inherit her son. Ilo darish matos, and if we don't learn matos, well then ben dekodem lebas benichseim minole. Then how do we know, as we said, that the son takes precedence over the daughter when it comes to the uncle situation? So la'olam darish matos. So really, the author of our Mishnah is darish matos. Okay, then why does he say that the mother does not inherit the son? For shani acha, it's different over here. Damarkok, because the pasuk says v'chol bas yireshes nachla yoreshes ve'eno maresh. It says any daughter inherits property. She inherits. She doesn't bequeath. Peace out.